Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back. This is your August 2020 horoscope for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So starting off here on the 3rd of August, we had a full moon in Aquarius. So this was a full moon that took place in your 5th house, where this has been about releasing those habits and those activities that no longer serve you and surrendering into these brand new activities and experiences that are better suited for you. So whether this is a learning experience, this is tapping into your creative talents and hobbies, this is business, this is a big area where a lot is coming in terms of what you can experience and how you can grow in this area. So this has been this full moon in Aquarius that has been the close to a new moon that started in Cancer. Remembering that we had that 3-part eclipse season that started off of a Sagittarius full moon penumbral lunar eclipse on the 5th of June, which was followed by a new moon solar eclipse in Cancer on the solstice. And so, because of this, we have had 2 new moons in Cancer. So this is a full moon that did not start with a new moon in Leo. We will see that new moon in Leo later on this month on the 18th. That is something that we will talk about in a little bit moving forward here. But on the 4th of August, we had Mercury enter into the sign of Leo, where this has been a big time of communication, especially as Leo is sitting in your 11th house for those of you with Libra rising. You may resonate with this as well if you are a Libra sun or moon, as this is Mercury making a sextile over to the sign of Libra. So with Mercury here in Leo, this is a big time of communicating, expressing yourself with your friend circles, with your groups, a big time of also expressing your goals and your ambitions, what you want to see through, having that clarity in your vision and your wishes. So a lot of clues here in terms of what you can do to succeed, to find that success in the future moving forward. With Mercury bringing in this clarity and this logic into your house of wishes and dreams coming fulfilled. Moving forward on the 7th of August, we have Venus entering into Cancer. So this is Venus sitting up top in your 10th house, where many of you are either working with children, you're doing something where you are caring and nurturing for others through your work, some healing for some of you. So with Venus sitting here, this is increasing this, where Venus is coming in, and Venus is your chart ruler for those of you with Libra rising. So this is a big moment as Venus is coming into your 10th house of status, of expectations, of accomplishments, of how you are showing up, your reputation in the world. So with Venus coming up into your 10th house, this is a big moment of really relating and connecting to others in the world through your work, through your career, through how you're showing up in society. And this is a big moment of realizing your worth and your value and putting that before anything else. So it's a big time of really understanding your worth and your value that you have, that you can bring to the table in your profession, in your status, in your legacy that you're going to leave behind. So big focus on the future, big focus on what you can do and what you can bring about, especially as we started off of August with that full moon sitting in your 5th house of fame and speculation, continuing off with that Mercury in your 11th house of large groups of people and your future hopes and dreams, as well as Venus sitting up in that 10th house of status, of reputation. So a lot that is going on here in terms of what you can put out to the world, what you can do to build up your future and to plan your legacy and your goals and what you are working on here in the month of August. Big opportunities to grow yourself. And with Uranus stationing retrograde on the 15th of August, there are a lot of changes happening here, and this is Uranus stationing retrograde in your 8th house. So Uranus is in this exaltation of the original ruler of the 8th house, Scorpio. So lots of ups and downs, lots of changes that have been going on for you, for those of you with Libra rising, especially in this 8th house where there has been tons of ups and downs and movement going on here, radical decisions and changes in terms of going deeper into your experiences, getting the resources that you need. Of course, that 8th house is the house of shared resources, taxes, hidden information, intimacy. So in terms of your emotional fulfillment and what you can receive and what you can gain here, Uranus has been doing a lot of ups and downs where some of you have made radical decisions, you have made major changes in your life to receive more gains and experiences. And as Uranus stations retrograde here, this is a big moment to review those changes, to make sure that you are not just making these quick radical decisions based off what is exciting or stimulating, and making sure that it is truly something that is emotionally fulfilling, something that is truly of value and worth to you, something that will truly grow and prosper in your life. So big focus here in terms of how you can gain value and success in your life by focusing on what is of the greatest worth and value, what is truly emotionally fulfilling, and what can truly bring you those resources that you are looking for. Moving ahead, on the 18th of August, we have this new moon in Leo, and this will be a new moon that will end its phase with a full moon in Pisces. So this is all about how can you make your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, what you want to experience come true. And especially with Leo being, of course, in your 11th house, where we've had a lot of activity already with the sun that entered into Leo in July. Moving forward here with that Mercury sitting in your 11th house as well. And now the moon is meeting up with the sun here on the 18th to make this new moon. And this is a big moment here with the new moon in your 11th house, where this is a big moment of new goals, new future plans, new ways of receiving gains and receiving the success that you were looking for. So any new plans, any new future ideas that are coming up here, great time to act on this, especially with that Uranus retrograde, where this can give you a little bit of more rational thinking in the changes that you plan to make, as that Uranus energy has slowed down now, and it is time to revisit and to make sure that these changes and these quick radical decisions are actually something that is of worth and value to you in your life. Moving forward on the 22nd, we are shifting season with the sun entering into Virgo, and Virgo is sitting back in your 12th house. So this is a big time to reflect on your dreams, your wishes. This is a big time to really sit in an introspective space and to look at everything that you've accomplished and everything that you want to accomplish moving forward. Because following this, we will be entering into Libra season here in September, where the sun will enter into your first house. And of course, we're also going to see that Mars station retrograde in your 7th house in September as well. So September will be a big moment of how do you make your reality that you want to see come true. Because with that Mars retrograde, we are going to see blocks and detours come up in terms of your profession, in terms of what you can create and what you are able to build with others in your experience. So there's a lot that's coming up here in September that is building off of this sun in Virgo, where this is time to sit and to reflect on your dreams, on your imagination, on what you can bring to the table, to really sit deep within in that quiet space and to do some deep inner reflection and subconscious work to lead up to what is coming next. So big time to really sit with yourself, as you come to the end of August, as there is a lot of work that is coming here in the month of September. So August here, great time to work on your goals, to move forward, to plan ahead, and to do a lot of introspection on what you want to see moving forward here in this year of 2020 and leading into the next year of 2021. So that was a look at the astrological transits, the major transits that are taking place. Of course, we will talk about some of these minor transits in the daily horoscopes and the weekly horoscopes. And starting in the month of September, you will see the monthly horoscopes move to Patreon and a bigger focus on our weekly horoscopes here on YouTube. So major changes coming up here moving forward. I'm also going to take a look at the cards for the month of August. And for the month of August, I pulled from the Rider Tarot deck as well as the Barbieri Zodiac Oracle deck. So going a little bit old school with our older decks that we used here in the earlier months of this channel. First card here is the Hierophant. So this is all about your beliefs. This is all about your values, right? And we talked a lot about how with that Venus sitting up in your 10th house and with that Uranus sitting in your 8th house, there's a lot of extreme value, and especially with all of this focus on the future, all of this planning, all of this deep introspection that is set into motion for you to do here in the month of August. A lot of focus that needs to go into what is your value, what is your worth, right? And many of you have already started to shift to this in terms of doing what is of the greatest value and worth in your life, doing what truly serves you. So even more focus here in terms of what you can create, what you can build that is based off of your value, your beliefs, your worth, what you can bring to the table. So big time to focus on those values, that faith, that worth, that commitment to your goals. Next card here is the Four of Swords. Once again, that deep introspection. This is time to relax, to chill out, to reflect, to take the time to meditate, to go inward, to journal for some of you. Once again, to think about the future, to sit in this deeper space, as we do have this sun that's going to sit back in your 12th house. So a lot of deep reflection that is taking place here, that needs to take place for many of you here in the month of August. Also going along with that, we have the Hanged Man, where it's time to change your perspective. It's time to take an inward look, and keeping in mind that the Hanged Man is connected to our planet of Neptune. And Neptune is sitting in your 6th house, where there is a big focus on taking a deeper introspective look at your goals, at your job, at your plans, at your responsibilities, at what you want to see take place in your reality. So a lot that is going on here in terms of looking to the future, looking towards different plans, changing expectations, looking at things from a different lens. So once again, deep introspection time. Time to go within, time to dive into your subconscious, time to look at your dreams, your inspiration, your imagination, and your future plans, and to make sure that everything is in order here. Last card here from the Rider Tarot deck is the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So a lot that is out of alignment, that is out of your control in your external reality. So big time where you need to find that balance, find that peace, find that harmony within yourself. And for many of you, that harmony, that balance, that peace that needs to be found is about you personally. Because once again, this is your rising sign sitting in your 1st house, where this is all about your identity, your appearance, how you show up in the world, your personal perspective and experience. So once again, time to focus on that sun in Virgo, as we come into the 22nd of August and really taking a look at yourself, right? Because we do have this Sun in Libra that we are leading up to in the month of September, where that Sun is going to sit in your first house. And we do have an opposition of the Sun and Mars that is coming up in September, as well as Mars comes into that retrograde here in the sign of Aries. Now, from the Barbieri Zodiac Oracle deck, our first card here is Mars. And the energy that I'm getting here is not the Martian energy of Aries, but it is that Martian energy of Scorpio, which is your second house, which is happening to be your house of values and security. So once again, big focus on your value, big focus on your self-worth. But with this Martian energy, I am getting a Scorpio vibe here where this is about taking calculated steps, making plans, being strategic about your future, about getting your resources, about your success. So big time to do a lot of thinking, planning, introspection, looking deep within, making sure that everything is set in place. Next card here is Aquarius. We're once again future, right? Aquarius is our sign that is connected to the future, where it is about looking ahead at our hopes, at our dreams. Aquarius is also about your friend connections, where there can be a big focus here, especially with that Mars that is slowing down for a retrograde next month. So big moment of really looking at your connections, looking at your surroundings, looking at your business, your profession, what you can do and accomplish future-wise. What are your plans? What are you building at this time? Next two cards here are our last cards from the Barbieri Zodiac Oracle deck, the Earth card and the Fire card in reverse. So once again, this is not a time to step into actions and to try to control your reality outside of yourself. This is a big time of actually looking within, looking at what are your plans? What do you want to build? Where's your passion at? What is your dreams? What is your vision moving forward, right? That vision of fire and that stability of earth. So what is it that you want to build and create? Looking ahead into the future, and that is your horoscope for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising for the month of August. If you enjoyed this, feel free to leave a like as well as a comment. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. I also want to mention that I am currently offering an astrology class that can be found in the private Facebook group, Astrology Class with Daquan Jones, as well as on Udemy. And the second course, for those who were waiting for the intermediate course, is now available on Udemy. You can also find the class on Patreon, which will also be offering other exclusive content. Of course, you will see the monthly horoscopes shift over to Patreon for our next month of September. So I will leave the information for all of that down below in the description as well as the comments. I also want to mention that I also have a group on Facebook, Astro Metaphysical Love and Light, where you can share your spiritual wisdom, motivational advice, or simply just love and peace. So if you are interested in joining that, I will also leave the information for that down below in the description as well as the comments. And I want to thank you all once again so much for joining. I also want to thank the spirits who joined in on this message to make this possible. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.